is up, GrayScale viewers? It is 8 o'clock on Wednesday, 8 p.m., which means it is time for 10 Minutes with Tim.
It is 8 o'clock.
Just making sure we had good sound, and we do. 8 o'clock, Wednesday, 10 Minutes with Tim, where I give you 10 minutes worth of my 2 cents. And tonight, I have a story to tell. I was heated earlier today, and I don't get when I get angry, mad about something, I don't get throw things and snippy and yelly and stuff like that with people. I just you probably can't even tell that I'm upset unless you're around me a lot, right? But anyway, that being said, so as you know, if you've been, so first of all, go check out on YouTube and on podcast platforms. My show from Monday is on there. Ray's show from last night is on there already. And Friday night's show is up on the podcast platforms. And there's some snippets that have been posted to YouTube. So go check those out. GrayScale Podcast, everywhere you can find us. All right. That being said, why is this thing not showing up right? That's weird. Okay. Anyway, we won't worry about that right now. So as you know, if you've been paying attention to the show, my main computer took a dump a while back. And when it did, I have to have a computer for work because I have to be able to design shirts and print things and, etc. Send receipts and pay for things and, computer stuff. So when my computer took a dump, I went out and I bought a temporary computer, the cheapest thing I could find that would work for what I needed to do. I went out and bought it. And I used it for a few weeks. It worked fine. But I got my computer going again. But in the meantime, there's this one software that I have that is kind of important if you want to automate part of the printing process. So with screen printing, which is what I do, with screen printing, you make a screen for each color in a design. So if you're printing an American flag, you make a screen for white, you make a screen for red, you make a screen for blue. What this software does is you can just put an image on the screen and tell it to print, and it will split that image up into the appropriate colors and print a film for each color. So if you don't want to have to do all that work yourself, you need this software. And there's not really an alternative. The software costs like $500. And I have bought it when I first started this business. And in the meantime, the software developer has come out with a new version. And you can upgrade to the new version for less than paying the price of the full version if you already have the old version. But I didn't need to upgrade because the old version works fine. Except that eventually they stop offering service basically for the old version. They don't what's the word? I don't know. They stop offering service. That's the best thing I can come up with at the moment. So here's the story. Also, you can only have this software on one computer. Okay, so here we go. My computer takes a dump. I buy a new computer. I'm using the new computer. I try to install the software on the new computer. You can't have the software on two computers. You have to deactivate your serial number on computer 1 to activate it on computer 2. Well, I can't deactivate computer 1 because it doesn't come on. It's broken. So I'm not able to port it over, basically. I can't put my serial number in, and they won't do it on their end because they don't support that software anymore. So the guy tells me what you can do is you can download the trial for the software that you have currently, which they still have. You can still buy the software, but they don't support it, which is ridiculous in my opinion. Okay. You can download the trial for the software that you have already, the version you have already, and you can use it for 14 days. And then when that one's over, you can download the trial for the new software, and you can use it for 14 days. So that basically gets me through a month, right? So while I can fix my computer. So that's what I do. I download the first version, it runs out. I download the second version, it runs out. Actually, I got the new computer fixed before the second version ran out. So I have my original computer back up and running. Except when I go to log into the software, I get this scrolling bar of death where it just keeps saying, attempting to connect, attempting to connect, attempting to connect. Please wait, please wait, please wait. Well, so I'm like, okay, I need software. So I go and download the trial of the new version because I've never used it before on this computer. So I've been using that for about 11 or 12 days. So it's getting close to the end of my trial period. And I'm like, well, I guess I need to go ahead and remedy this problem because I'm going to run out of time on my trial. So I emailed them today and I say, look, I know that you guys don't support the old version anymore. I understand that, but here's what I'm dealing with. When I try to log in, it won't let me. So the guy says, okay, go and do this thing. It's going to give you a service code. Send me the service code. I'll send you back a new service code that you can put back in its place, blah, 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 blah. So we do all that. It lets me log in. Boom. Cool. But it asks me for a serial number again, which it shouldn't technically be doing because this is the computer that it's already installed on, and it's already been, I've already been using it. This is the only computer it's ever been on. So, well, actually, this is the second computer that it's been on. Yeah, second computer that it's been on. But point being, I go to put my serial number in, and it says that this serial number is already in use on another computer, which isn't true because this is the computer that it was on. So I'm like, what? So I told the dude, I'm like, now I'm getting a thing saying that it's not on this, like it's not letting me put the serial number in because it thinks that this serial number is in use on another computer, but it's not. This is the only computer I have. And he's like, well, so I explained the situation to him with the crash and all that. So he says that because my computer crashed and I had to replace hardware, it thinks it's a new computer. I'm like, but it's not. So isn't that your bad? Like, that's not my fault. These people will not budge. Like, they would not budge at all. I've paid $500 for this software, and I understand that they don't support it anymore, right? But it's not my fault that it's stopped working. It's essentially a problem on your end. Like, your software is stupid and thinks that I'm trying to install it on a different computer when I'm not. Essentially forcing me to upgrade, which costs $200, which, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Like $200 is, not a big deal, but it's a big deal, right? Like, so eventually I have to cave and I have to purchase the upgrade. But the guy gives me a discount code that lets me get basically something else almost for free, or lets me get the software upgrade basically close to for free if I buy this other thing, which basically costs the same amount as the software and will save me money in the long run. And it's the thing I needed anyway. So I went ahead and did it. $250. But so if you're a software developer and somebody pays $500 for your software, like, don't screw them, right? Like, they essentially held me over the fire and were like, give us $200 or you're going to burn. Like, that's how it felt, right? Like, they could have had some leeway a little bit and been like, here's a new code here's a new serial number for the software you already have, right? Like, we see that you've bought it and like there's issues, we get it. So like maybe just, help me out, right? Like, but no, they would not budge, dude. They were stuck in their ways. And I was just like, this is the worst customer service like ever. Essentially, like, you're essentially forcing me to upgrade when I have zero need to upgrade except that your software is being stupid. Like, the only thing, and I even told the guy, he was like, oh yeah, if you had a computer crash, like, the software thinks that it's on a new computer now. And I was like, I have hundreds of programs on this computer, and yours is the only one that didn't just work again when I got my computer back fixed. So, like, you're telling me that the only software on my computer that decided to not work after this crash is the one that I have to pay $250 to fix. That sounds a bit freaking fishy, if you ask me. So, again, I understand that software developers have to make money, and like, if they develop a new software with new features, they want people to get the new software and use the new features and pay the new money. I get it. But if I don't need the new features and I've already bought the software, just let me keep using the one I have, right? Like, I don't want to give you any more money. Don't force me to give you more money. It's almost like they have no reason, people have no reason to buy the new version, so they force you to buy it. That's essentially what happened. I had zero reason to buy the new version, so they forced me to buy it because that's how they make money, which is a bad business strategy in my opinion. It's kind of like Apple eventually discontinuing support for iPhones. But I actually get that a little bit more. Like, the technology advances past what the hardware can handle, right? So, like, I understand in that case discontinuing support for an older version of the iPhone or whatever, right? I get that. But this is a thing where nothing was wrong. The software works fine. It does exactly what I need it to do, and it does it well, and I didn't need a new version. But they forced me. Yeah, exactly, Donnie. The red ring on the original Xbox. Dude, I red ringed like 3 Xboxes back in the day. Oh, man. But anyway, so if you're a software developer, just don't screw your customers. If your customer doesn't need to buy your new version, like, just help them out. Like, he could have said, hey, I'll give you, he did offer me to extend the trial on the new version, but that only gets me 2 weeks. Like, I'm a business, like, I'm not going away in 2 weeks, I hope. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, man. Anyway, if you're a software developer, don't hold your customers over the fire. Just work with them a little bit, right? Like, just because you discontinued support on the software because you came out with a new one doesn't mean that you have to go around forcing people to buy the new one. Now, to be fair, I could not use the software and do the work myself instead of letting the software do the work. I don't have to have the software. It just makes it easier, right? Like, I could go into the image when I'm going to print and pick all the blue things and print them, and then pick all the red things and print them, and then pick all the white things and print them, right? Like, I could do it that way, but it just doesn't seem smart to do that when there's software that does it for you. So, like I said, I bit the bullet and I did the thing. I was very reluctant. I was searching all over the internet trying to find a software that was comparable that I could switch to. Even if it cost more money, I was willing to spend it to not have to give these people my money. But I couldn't find anything. So when you don't treat your customers right, that's what they do. They will literally go out of their way and spend more money to not buy your product anymore. So just take care of your customers, and I promise you, in the long run, it's the right thing to do. So all that being said, make sure you like and share this video, like and share your favorite episode. That's a good idea. Ray, the people, their favorite episode of season 1 was, Stevie, if you catch this, what's your favorite episode? Also, I need to talk to Ray. I might call him as soon as I get off this video. So anyway, this has been almost 20 minutes with Tim, and for that I apologize. But I'm done now. So thanks for watching. Like and share this video. Like and share the podcast page. Like and share the YouTube. Like and share the Instagram, which I don't post on much anymore, but I need to. Like and share your favorite podcast platform, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Google, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. The GrayScale is going black.